Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this live stream brought to you by the Agrotizer Network, playing Warcraft Rumble and getting into the dungeons. Playing Warcraft Rumble and getting into the dungeons. That is what we are doing today on this live broadcast, brought to you with your host eagleDog and the Agrotizer Network, as Warcraft Rumble reaches 100% loading and nearly 100% volume. And now today we will go down in the bottom into the tabs, and we will find the tab for the dungeon event. That's right, today your host eagleDog is going to go in there into the dungeon. Enter dungeon. And today we will talk about what are these rewards. Full clear army upgrade grants bonus levels to equipped minis. What is that about? Undead week. That means this week I will need an undead leader in order to go in there and battle on this particular dungeon. I'm going to choose Baron Rivendell, level 5, with his accompanying forces of some characters that usually work pretty good for me. Going into this dungeon. Begin dungeon, Dire Maul. Choose your relic. So the dungeons have these special kind of different mechanics, different gameplay attributes. And I gotta choose leader summons 2 whelps, allies get healed, or melee minis gain lifesteal. I guess we'll just take that one. Stomper Krieg's a bit touchy, damage them. Krieg's army is a bit touchy, damage them enough, and they go berserk and attack everything in sight. That's right, so this particular map is one of the dungeon maps. And on this particular map, the thing that's unusual about it is that the enemies, once you get them below a certain level of health, then they will actually start attacking each other. And we're now ready to begin this match with the guy with the wahaha, the deep laugh. And his guys, these minis here, like these grunts and the bear, the mountaineer pair, all those guys, if I get them angry enough, then they'll start attacking anything they see. So I just have to get them down to a certain level of health problems before they start. See, now they're attacking each other. Oh, didn't really get enough time to see the battleground effect. But that is the battleground effect that's going on right now, is that theoretically those bad guys, there's a certain way to do it. You have to like hit them both with archers at the same time, I think. There you go. I don't know. Well, anyway, that's the way that battleground effect is playing out, is that luckily my guys are strong enough anyway that they're able to get through and take over some towers, and now it's just the main dude left in this particular battle of the wits, eagleDog versus the CPU. Who will win? Well, luckily in this case the enemy is level 5, so with the level 5 enemy I was able to do quite well. But what happens when that enemy gets up to a level 7, or a level 8, or a level 9? Then will he be as easy? Will it be as easy to beat Stomper Krieg once he reaches level 7, or level 8, or level 9? I don't think so. Ooh, Bloodlust to nearby people is definitely the one we want. My minis, when they die, they give Bloodlust to whoever is nearby. I can basically just throw in a bunch of harpies, and then when they die, they'll just bloodlust everyone wherever I throw them in. So that will be a nice, useful benefit. Again, some of the unique battleground effects, I guess you would also call those. And then this particular enemy has his own battleground effect as well, which I did not take the time to read that time. You guys go that way. Let's get some more artillery. Another ranged. Oh, someone died. Look, see how all those guys got bloodlust? That was great. The enemy cast chain lightning on my dudes, but it was not enough. With Baron Rivendell blazing the path forward, and the Warsong Raider appearing in the distance, while eagleDog sends in... Oh, no, they took over my tower. Dang it. Oh, those guys were meant to go in and cause bloodlust everywhere, but we'll see what happens with them. And now, eagleDog sends in the Huntress to hopefully help out. Oh, there, a guy got some bloodlust. Bloodlust is a big deal. When your guys are bloodlusted, they do a lot more damage, and the enemies fall more quickly. So, very similar, in fact, to how it used to be back in the good old days playing Warcraft 2. For those of you who remember the good old days of Warcraft 2, you'll remember that bloodlust was a very important trait to be utilizing. And in fact, in the olden days of Warcraft 2, this is what it would look like. When you would have one of these ogres here with this red bloodlust sign up above his head, going against the yellow humans that are not bloodlusted, and all these bloodlusted orcs would be, normally they would perform quite well in a battle like that. So now I've also knocked off a couple of quests for today, and I'm going back into the dungeon. I'm ready to resume this dungeon. This is the thing I want to show you guys, is that once I beat this dungeon, I will get +3 army upgrade levels to my equipped minis. That's what I'm going for. Claim that previous reward, get a bunch of lightning, select a relic, ranged minis deal increasing damage, deploying an undead mini summons 2 skeleton mages. We'll just do that one. And King Gordic is strong, but his guys can be persuaded. Okay, so this map, it is important to know the map effect here, is that there's 2 guys, 2 kind of mini bosses, that once they reach a certain level of damage, then they will turn around and attack the main boss. So there's the main boss up there at the top, and he's also got an orc with him, which helps him to stay bloodlusted. But then this guy over here, Cromcrosh, and this lady over here, Lethtendris, swaps allegiance at 12% health. Let's go. We're going to fight against these grunts first of all. Send some guys up the middle. They got a couple of these, these guys. Defias Bandits. They're sending in their Defias Bandits. Unpause. Continue. Play. I'm going to take that middle tower, no problem. So now I want to think about how long it's going to take for my guys to persuade these guys to join our team. If possible, I want to get them to join our team. All those guys are going to die. They have no chance. I got to persuade these guys to come in and help me out. And once I'm able to persuade these guys to help me out, then we'll have a chance. Let's see. Over here. Oh, she's about to get persuaded. Just perfect. Okay. That one's persuaded. Send in for some gold. Uh-oh, we got a grunt. We got a grunt coming in. Oh, and look, that guy's been persuaded also. So we'll send in this lady here. Oh, and now is the time. Now is the time for our team to come in and just do everything they can. Peon rush. Send in everything you got. See, the problem is he's got that ogre back there helping him. Or orc, I guess. 2-headed orc. It keeps healing him. See the problem here? So without those recruitments helping me out, he would just keep getting healed and there'd be nothing we could do. But fortunately, since I've got all that extra firepower, think we're going to be able to get through and get him. This is a mighty battle. Truly a stunning battle by Baron Rivendare and his team with their general commander eagleDog leading them into battle. And now we get the big leader reward. So on the dungeons, what do these dungeon rewards mean? What are they good for? Let's find out. With King Gordok, dungeon conquered, new army upgrade available, new dungeon level 8 plus 3 upgrade army. Okay, here we go. Baron Rivendare's army. So right now, there's always 3, the top 3, you can't change those. Those are built in. But now I get new options. I can double up my Unbound bonus, or I can get bonuses for cycle or for siege damage. I'm going to choose siege damage, and that's going to fill one of these spaces. So now, on my team, when I load up my, let's see, squad, is that what I want? When I load up my armies, now I will be able to get level, each of them will get an extra level based on if they are one of these, fit one of these attributes. Confirm that upgrade for squad. Take squad to level 2, and I did not get a leader upgrade. So those are the upgrades for my army. Upgrade complete. That's the big reward for when you play these dungeons. Then they get recombobulated, and next time I could go into that same dungeon with that same leader, Baron Rivendare, but this time it would be versus 8, as you can see. As you can see right there, that number, that green number 8. So that would be level 8 would be the level of the bosses that I would play against this time. But right now, I would like to demonstrate what has happened with my army. So I'm going to go into my helmet tab, army, and with my Baron Rivendare leader, I've got Ball and Chain guy, the Harpies, Warsong Raider, Huntress, Pyromancer, and the Two-Headed Ogre. Well, I can see right here that, for example, the Harpies, that's a group. If I go into the info and I look at the Harpies traits, one of their traits is that they are a group. See, squad. See? Info. Squad. Strong versus one target units. Okay? They are a squad. So, if I take those Harpies and I move them into the squad tab, and move this guy with this guy. Okay, so now the Harpies get 1 level increase. So if you actually look here, right here where it says 14, where the Harpies are like a level 14. Now watch. When I trade those Harpies with the Pyromancer, they go down to level 12. See, those Harpies are now level 12. See that? But now, when I swipe them into the squad position, they get boosted up to level 14. This is not going to help a lot on PvP. Not really making a difference on PvP. But when I go in and I do my quests to get my daily tomes, for example, and then I have to choose who I want to give this experience to. Blizzard. Execute. Chickens. Okay. Or let's say that I'm going in and I'm doing actually one of these ones. One of the campaign battles. Going in trying to get some gold doing the campaign battles. Basically, whenever I'm playing against the CPU, or I guess the server is who would be playing against this time, versus actually playing against actual players, which is PvP right there. It's this tab right here on your map. PvP. There we go. Those can be brutally devastating battles. Very difficult. And these bonuses to the levels don't affect PvP. Basically, for all intents and purposes, doesn't affect it. But for your normal quests or for your campaign work, this is going to make a difference. Because when I look in that army now for Baron Rivendare, now those Harpies are 2 levels higher. Also in the dungeons, this will make a difference. So let's see who else I've got in here that I might be able to move around. Well, I've got one guy in this team that actually does siege damage, and that is Warsong Raider. So if I go over into the traits, we'll see siege damage is one of the traits for Warsong Raider. And so therefore, if I take that Warsong Raider and swap places with the Huntress, the Warsong Raider is now going to get boosted up one level, go from 13 to a 14. Gets that level increase. And the other increased spots that I have available here are for either undead or unbound troops. So I can go down to my troops and I can tap on the blue filter icon, and then I can well, first of all, it'll just put undead ones. They're going to be the first ones on the list. Always the first ordering of anything below there, because of my leader being undead. First thing you'll see down below is going to be undead, and then all the other families will continue. But then if I use the filter, I can say, okay, I want to say undead, or I also want to see unbound people. So I'm going to filter, and I'm going to just do the parachute unbound. So is there one of these unbound guys that I want to stick in there to replace one of my other guys? Maybe this dude. Pop him in there. Swap him out for that guy and put him in the unbound spot. Okay, that might work. So now that guy gets to be level 12 instead of level 11 like he would have been. So we can try that. And what else? Undead. Who's our best undead? Got a Banshee, the Abomination. Problem is the Abomination is quite expensive. And who would we trade out for? I'm just gonna run the army like this with no undead guys in there. I think that's the way I want this particular army right now. I like the way they're stacked up, and so now they're ready to continue to do more battles in the dungeon. So then what I'll do is I would go back in, play some more dungeon battles, and see if I can now beat them at level 8. What do you think, you guys? Should I do it? Viewers at home, on the live chat, you can type in there and say whether you think, should I go in and fight some more dungeon battles right now or not? It appears that the dungeon battles are also benefiting toward my daily quests, towards my Modest Beast tome, and my Major Undead tome, and also the Modest tome, which I already collected. So let's go back in there. Alright, viewers at home, I've heard you loud and clear. It sounds like you want to watch me go in here and play another dungeon. Very well, I accept that challenge. Let's do it. Okay, we've got Baron Rivendare once again, but now the opponents are going to be level 8. They're going to be harder. Goldmine helps to heal. Black Whelp Tunic. Let's see, leader summons Defias Bandits. We'll get the Whelp Eggs, I guess. No, we'll get the Defias Bandits. Okay, Defias Bandits. Alright, Stomper Krieg, he's touchy. His armies will go berserk once they get damaged. So I want to hit these guys probably without... want to hit them with a little bit of intense graphics and high quality 3D rendering of incredibly intricate shapes, designs, and artwork, which is stunningly excellent, I must say. The quality of the artwork, the graphics, the integration, the animations, the movements, the gestures, the spells is exceptional. Highest quality possible. I would just love it if I just had a little filter in there, just like I have on Minecraft, where I could just turn down the quality of the graphics just a little bit. Just adjust the graphics quality down a little bit. And so that way, I would be able to maybe sometimes not have a crash like that. No problem, no worries. I'm ready, I'm charged up, I'm ready to go. I'm going to resume this dungeon, get in there, and fight Stomper Krieg with Baron Rivendare and his minis. entering into the Rumble chamber area now. Stomper Krieg is laughing his evil laugh, and eagleDog is pressing start. Yeah, maybe if I put this ogre in the back, or orc in the back, so he's gonna shoot him, and now they should attack each other. Yeah, there we go. Now they're attacking each other. It worked. It worked temporarily. Those guys too. Look, see, those grunts started attacking each other. Oh, do an unbound guy right there. That's the guy I just brought into the team, because I could get a level advantage for him being unbound. Ooh, I don't know if those harpies was a good idea. They might just get fried by the orc. Oh, they did not just get fried by the orc, though. They did their part. Helped out to move the battle forward in this dungeon against now a level 8 Stomper Krieg. No longer the level 5 Stomper Krieg that I faced earlier. Now it is a level 8 Stomper Krieg. And the question is if my army of minis with Baron Rivendare, their leader, and also Huntress as one of the team members. Tap, 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 tap. There it goes. If they'll be able to get in there and get Stomper Krieg, I think they will. But the real challenge is not just going to be to defeat Stomper Krieg. Yes, Stomper Krieg is a bit of a challenge, but there will be an even slightly bigger challenge, which is about to appear, which is the dude after Stomper Krieg, for which we will need to choose a relic. Ooh, minis gain 50% movement until damaged. Unbound stuns nearby enemies. Squad minis die. So, okay, we want this one. 50% movement increase. Against Imolthar, who has eyes everywhere. They wander the area and appear after you play in a unit. Oh, yeah, whenever you deploy people, these little eyes appear. And then the eyes will kind of like wander around and do a little bit of damage. On this particular dungeon map against Kolthar, which is being broadcast using the visor free, which makes a pop-up thing appear every now and then. Visor free is how we did this. Well, eagleDog, why don't you just... Here we go, starting the battle. Why don't you just... Ooh, tough decisions. Drop that guy over there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, we're doing okay. My guys... Oh, go that way. My guys are still higher level than the opponents. My guys are level 14, level 12, level 13. And the opponent's guys are like level 8. But the really tough one is not this one. The really tough one is the third dungeon of these dungeons. When it comes to this particular group of dungeons, the most problematic part is the third dungeon. Because that's the one where the guy has the orc healing him the whole time. And with the orc in the background healing him the whole time, you have to get the two dudes on the sides to come up and help out. And then if you can just barely, like, there's a certain way you can do it, that if you can get the guys in behind him and they will actually attack the orc so it can stop healing him. But that is extremely difficult to execute. And it's tough enough just to time it up and get those two guys up there so that they'll both be attacking the leader at the same time. Because once they get down to 10% health again, then they switch alliances again. So they can switch alliances back and forth. We're about to see it now. We'll claim those lightning bolts for Imolthar. Select another relic. Frost armor. Armored only applies to armored units. Range minis attack faster. That's pretty good. On death, minis poison nearby people. Ooh. Poison death or faster. I think I'll take the faster ranged minis. Okay, and King Gordok. This is the tough one. His lieutenants have to be persuaded to rise up against him when they get down to 10% health. So that is the challenge. This is a difficult dungeon, especially as you get up to higher and higher levels. As your leaders get up to higher and higher army buildup levels. These harpies should be able to take out those ground units quite easily. But now they're not going to do so well against... Oh, and they've got the tower already. Okay. So we're through the first wave. But now we have to think about how we're going to persuade these other guys. I'm going to send in some... That's a slow guy over there. And then over here, I'm going to send a fast guy to catch up. Uh-oh. Send in a unbound guy to catch up. Now over on the right, I got to send someone in to help out. Uh-oh. Send in Baron Rivendell. Oh, and that also brought out 2 Defias bandits. Okay, let's go in and encourage her. Okay, that guy's joined our team. So we got one guy who has joined the team. I'm going to send in everything I can as fast as I can this way. Got to back that guy up and support him so he doesn't get destroyed. Oh no, is he going to get... Oh, he's going to get convinced to change sides. Oh no. Oh dear, we got problems now, you see. And the orc back there is at full power. We got to convince this guy. Okay, we've convinced him again to change sides. Very good. And is our other guy is joining us now. The timing is right. The other guy is about to join us. Oh man. The other guy's getting beaten back by the enemies. Nope, he's doing good. Okay. I'm going to send in some support around this way. Oh, dear. Oh, no. See, now this is the problem. This guy has been convinced to come back against me again. So what can I do? Oh, send in an unbound guy back there. Let's get that orc. Get that orc. Get the orc. Get the orc. Oh, he's... Uh-oh. Okay, we got troubles now. Big troubles. This guy is at our base. The only thing I can send in against him is a miner. Come on, miner. Oh, it didn't even stop him. Oh, but luckily he's been resurrected. And he will join us in our battle. And what about the other guy? Come on, let's go and get the orc. We have to get the orc. No, don't go that way. Go and get the orc. I challenge you. I begrudge you. Okay, bloodlust the dude. Bloodlust the dude. Bloodlust the dude. Bloodlust him. Bloodlust him. Yes! Bloodlusted. Oh, but he's been convinced to change sides again. And what about the other one? Oh, has also been convinced to change sides again. Oh, what can we do? Oh, the challenge. Oh, we have to try again. We have to trying to get him to change sides again. And this guy's going to come back this way. Okay. Send in some harpies. Send in a miner. Send in a... I'll save the digger to send him in later. Okay. Alright, we can handle this. Okay, we saved the unbound guy for the end here. Now it's down to overtime. We get extra troop production. We're bringing in our team around the outside. Bring in an unbound guy here to help out. Send in some harpies. Oh, it is a big battle. And the orc in the background continues healing the main dude, King Gordok, who's just swinging his sword furiously in all directions as eagleDog continues to send in any troops he can muster up. Total troop spam down to the end, and we got him! Victory! "10 combat points for Quilboar. and a very satisfying death chant from the vanquished enemy, so difficult to battle, King Gordok. King Gordok is strong, but fortunately we were able to persuade some of his lieutenants to rise against him, plus 3 leader army points and 800 lightnings. Plenty of lightnings. Dungeon conquered, army upgrade available, new dungeon level 11, plus 3 upgrade army. Kaboom! Okay, now we got to make choices. Undead, I'm not even using undead in this particular lineup, so I'll choose siege damage instead. Confirm the upgrade and continue onward. Elemental, spell, or leader. Ooh. I'll choose leader. Kaboom, confirm upgrade. It has been done. And third option of all, flying, undead, or 2 for the leader. Ooh, should I double upgrade the leader, or should I get 1 for flying? Ooh, that is a tough decision. I think I'm going to grab flying, put it in there, confirm that upgrade, lock down those bottom 3 spots for my Baron Rivendare army. Siege damage, squad, flying, and unbound basically are the ones I'm going to focus on with my Baron Rivendare army. And then I got those 2 undead slots that I'm just going to put whoever in, and then maybe sometimes I'll swap in some undead guys if I need the extra power. See, okay, because now that the dungeons are going to recombobulate now is when I would really need that extra power, because look at this. Now it's versus level 11. Versus level 11 against the dungeon guys for Baron Rivendare. I mean, we're talking about very difficult now. The first 2 dungeons, I could probably get through them, but the third one, oof, gonna be tough. So far, now I could also go in there with one of these other leaders who have different army traits and different army upgrades and different abilities. As you can see, we tap on them and we can actually see these different traits that are in the kind of the brown or bronze colored background, or the silver one for the ones who get 2 upgrades. So the dungeons from this point forward just get harder and harder, and then just every week they change up a little bit, and there's 5 families, so every 5 weeks you get back to the undead family, which is what we're on right now. And then by that time you've upgraded your guys a little bit, so by the time the undead week comes around again, you'll be able to probably get in there and beat a couple more dungeons and keep upgrading your dudes a little bit. So that's been it today for playing dungeons here on the Agrotizer network with your host eagleDog, playing Warcraft Rumble in the Power Rangers Guild, playing dungeons, getting those trait modifiers, those trait 1 level increases. When we look at our army, when we look at our guys, here with Baron Rivendare, getting the 2 silver trait upgrades for the siege damage and for the group. And then, we got a flying one here. Uh-oh, I didn't plan this out so well. What I need is one that would include the ogre. What's his traits? Or the orc. Oh, ogre. Ranged, elemental, bloodlust. See, so I would have wanted ranged there, actually. Let's see if we can re-roll it. See, because the flying one would work for the harpies, but they're in the group already. And I don't really want a whole bunch of groups. Well, the groups are usually weak. They're usually weak sauce. The squads. Yeah, it's not really what my plan is. That's my favorite squad right there. Alright, I'm going to see about re-rolling this one. So this is pretty exciting. What we can do here, guys, is I'm going to change this flying trait, this flying bonus level trait. I'm going to go and swap it out. By going into the Dungeons tab, entering the dungeon, clicking on Baron Rivendare there, and see where it says Edit down below? Nothing. Wait, no. How do I do this? Army upgrades. Okay, good. See where it says army upgrades down the middle? Boom, that's it. Okay. So, army upgrades, minis gain +1 to up to +3 bonus levels when equipped to a matching trait slot. So these are the trait slots. Earn more upgrades by completing dungeons. Okay, I'm going to change the upgrades. Okay, brrr, random number generator, grrr, rolling them. And the one I want to change is flying. And so it gives me the options spell, elemental, or cycle. Oh, I want elemental because I'm pretty sure that ogre is doing elemental damage. I hope so. That's the one I want. Look, it's going to cost me 250 lightning bolts. I'm going to spend it. I've got 17,000. This will bring me down to 16,750 lightning bolts. And now I have elemental instead for my upgrade there. And now let's see if this guy gets the bonus. Let's see. Come on. Elemental, yes, good. So he does get, he's up to level 13 now. Whereas if I move him up here, he's going to be level 12. So just those top two slots on the left, top left, the one where I've got the Huntress and the Pyromancer. I'm just not using those undead upgrades up there. But the other 4 slots I am using, and then the Baron Rivendare leader is also upgraded a level. Okay, that's it for dungeons. That's how to go in and actually cycle out which one of those upgrades you have. You have to spend 250 lightning on it, and then you can swap one of them out. And that concludes our broadcast today. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Agrotizer Network. I am eagleDog. This was Warcraft Rumble in January 2024. Taking a look at the dungeons, playing the dungeons on Warcraft Rumble. And to all, a good night.